Okay, here we are in Eureka, and gee, what's this truck over here by the side of Highway 101? You're being sprayed like a bug. Get informed. Geoengineeringwatch.org. So let's talk to this guy and see what he says.
16 years, so. And the nanoparticulate aluminum is, the size of these particles is 100 times smaller than a particle of cigarette smokes. This can go transdermally into your skin, directly through your lungs, into your blood. It gathers in tissues, and if Alzheimer's and all these aluminum-related diseases are a coincidence, well, I don't believe they are. But.
Okay, so here's this article. It was, what is it? Alternative News and Commentary, revealing the true state of the nation. U.S. government spraying tons of toxic coal ash into the atmosphere via chemtrails or aerosol spraying. Coal ash used in chemtrail or geoengineering aerosols. Geophysicists produce conclusive evidence. And so apparently there is now a geophysicist who's proved that some of this stuff in our air is actually coal ash. And so what is coal ash anyway? This looks like, here's the author, Marvin Herndon, and apparently he's done several studies and found that this stuff is in our air. And so let's see if we can find out what it says here, what exactly coal ash is. Okay, what does it contain? Industrial burning process produces four types. Industrial coal burning produces four types of coal combustion residuals: fly ash, bottom ash, boiler ash, and flue ash, desulfurization product. Flue gas, desulfurization product. Gypsum, bottom ash, micron particles that would go up in the smokestack unless captured and stored. Because of its well-known adverse environmental health effects, Western nations now mandate that coal combustion fly ash is captured and stored. So the environmentalists on the ground, supposedly everybody except for the government, I guess, or whoever's running these spraying programs, and these are all artificial clouds here. There was a bank that came in from the coast, and then they were spraying along the coastal mountain ranges, and then these clouds appeared. So let's see, some of the more toxic and potentially poisonous elements are arsenic, barium, beryllium, boron, cadmium, chromium, cobalt, lead, manganese, mercury, molybdenum, selenium, thallium, thorium, vanadium, and uranium. Why the EPA would permit the incineration of systematic widespread spraying of coal ash based on aerosols containing arsenic, mercury, thallium, thorium, uranium is anyone's guess. Such a practice is in direct violation of so many EPA rules and regulations that it certainly defies explanation. So that's what's in our air, guys. Is anybody gonna do anything about it? Or are you just like, hello? Anybody out there?
This stuff is falling all over it's being done all over the world.
It's been done all over the world?
Yeah, when I was on Facebook for 6 months on this, within 6 months I probably had 500 friends from most every country in the world, probably not Iran or Cuba, but almost every country there is an organization opposing geoengineering, or the commoners, the common person's name for it is chemtrail, but that's not what we like to call it, because it's not a chemtrail, it's solar radiation management, SRM. Yeah.
How many people do you think know about this spraying going on up here?
Speculation. Boy, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm hoping more, because this is, in my opinion, people point to like, Watergate as some big cover-up. This is, in my opinion, is the biggest cover-up in human history. The whole planet is being sprayed 24/7 by something and by someone, and no one's talking about it, and no one knows the answer. I mean, hello?
Don't they have to give an environmental impact report about the stuff they do to our environment?
That's a good question. One of the first things I did, because I know the flight traffic into Humboldt County, is I would start noticing these flights, and then I would go to flighttracker.com, a real-time, website where you can see the planes flying. Well, only the local flights that I'm aware of, like y'all are into the Arcata Airport, show. So these flights don't show on Flight Tracker, so they must be military, because they don't need to say anything about where they are. So, do the military need to do a environmental impact statement? I don't know. We were set.
I think they may be exempt.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're shooting spent plutonium in the midst of our troops.
Yeah, and I've heard that some police pack that kind of ammo here in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, that I didn't know. I know. When I moved up here, I was taking forestry classes. Had 2 guys who were dying of brain cancer from Agent Orange, and the irony of that was the timber companies were spraying 240 at the time. This is back in the early 70s, but that's a different issue. Not that it isn't as horrendous. That's what's gotten me involved. I don't like being sprayed, because I can choose to smoke or not, but this goes on, and we're all breathing it in, folks. And these clouds are now covered up. We could see the trails earlier today, but they quickly wash out and become what people think are clouds. I call them an aerosol bank, because it's not water, it's not a cloud. It's powdered aluminum and whatever else. It's the truth, folks.
Do the congressmen and the local representatives know about this stuff that's going on?
Oh, they have to absolutely know. They have, I don't know how to say it, a gun to their head to keep quiet. It's the best, I'm a working stiff. That's the term I would use. They're being leaned on heavy by someone, so they don't speak.
So maybe they're just waiting for their, retirement?
Oh yeah, I think that's it. Now the, scientists and people, for the most part, there has been Megan Kristen, who was in the military. She was a young mother, and she whistle blew. But I mean, under Obama regime, he's put more whistleblowers into jail, than the other presidents combined. So I think, reasonably, people are spooked to talk about it. I'm just to the point, I have children and grandchildren. I'm 62, and you know, life is important, but I can no longer look at the planet being raped. That's how it feels. I feel like I'm watching the planet being molested, and if I don't do anything, then I'm part of the problem. That's
what do you think the average person can do now to bring more awareness to this?
I think, as like any of these things, we need to reach a critical mass of so that we get enough people go to the streets. I mean, I was part of 40,000 people on the Golden Gate Bridge in the 70s dealing with Vietnam, and we should, I'm not saying that alone stopped the Vietnam War, but I think, yeah, we need to amass and stop. Yeah. Wake up, look up.